This isn't Hollywood. This is real life. This is real talk. Real issues. All with a side of comedic relief. Brought to you by an old, retired, burned out cop himself who now has the freedom to speak about anything to support the brothers and sisters in blue. Welcome to Burnt Pork.
Burnt Pork is back. This time it's a solo show. Just me, just Chubbs, talking about everything you want to talk about again. Smokey's moved on to some other things, and now it's just going to be me. It's still going to be the same show, just with one of us. So a lot of things have happened in the last few months. I retired about a month ago, so that's been a definite change of lifestyle. I will admit that I enjoyed not having to constantly answer my phone and listen to some questions from people I don't even want to talk to. So that's been good. I've enjoyed that part of it. Yeah, so retirement life is different. But I decided that now with all this free time on my hands, there's no better time to get back on this thing and start talking to y'all out there again. And there's a lot to talk about, obviously, going on in the world right now. So we'll get through it. We'll get through it all one by one. But we're back. It's going to be a good time. And here we go. Let's do this thing. All right, so first and foremost, we obviously got to talk about the Charlie Kirk thing, right? What a horrible day for our country when that happened. If any of y'all have never listened to Charlie Kirk, which I'm sure everybody has by now, with everything that's going on, give him a listen sometime. He's been accused of a lot of different things, and I've never seen any evidence of anything he's being accused of, but you can prove me wrong. Like he always said, prove me wrong. You could definitely email me and let me know. We'll debate it. I don't mind debating. But just the impact that he had on not only the country as a whole, but especially the younger population is huge. It's huge to conservatives in this country. And believe it or not, it's huge to all you men and women in blue out there too. He literally was trying to keep the peace and make it a safer world for all of us. And he was killed for it. It's a damn shame. It's ridiculous. I know there's a lot of talk about his security and the security detail at the event. It's not like the guy had the Secret Service. Like, what do you expect those guys to do? They're all private security guys. I don't know anything about their background. I'm not blaming them at all. Especially in a private event like that, you can't prepare for everything because you don't have the resources, say, the Secret Service has or anything else. So don't be blaming those guys either. I think they did the best of what they can do, and it was a horrible outcome. And I don't think that was a lack of preparation on their part. But, I don't know. I don't know what their game plan was. I don't know. So I honestly can't say one way or another that their plan was great. I'm just saying don't blame those guys. It's only one person blaming this whole deal, and that's the coward that pulled the trigger. I'm not going to throw blame to all the rhetoric and everything else. I know it goes on both sides. A little more on one side than the other, but yeah, horrible deal. We actually held a candlelight vigil. It was the night after the assassination here in my hometown at the courthouse, and great turnout. I went down, got some footage of it. A lot of great people out there. A lot of people just want to come out and show support and come out and show the world that there's Christian people out there that care about what goes on in this world, and they weren't afraid to voice their opinion about things that were going on. They weren't afraid to voice their beliefs and their religion and their Christianity. So that was awesome to see. Very awesome to see. I had a couple great speakers there. It was a great turnout for a kind of spur of the moment deal in a small community. So was proud of that. I was proud of the community. I'm glad I went out to be a part of that and was able to get some good footage. Anyways, there's gonna be a lot more about the Charlie Kirk thing as time goes on, and just don't believe everything you read on the internet. Obviously, don't believe everything that somebody says in a podcast. So it's a tough time. It's a tough time for the United States. It's a tough time for our country as a whole. So we'll move on to bigger and better things. I think after this, I think it was a turning point, like everybody's saying, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna be fine. So, but I know it's had an effect on a lot of my listeners, and just keep plugging away. I know it's easier said than done, especially now sitting here talking as a retired guy, like, you know, but just keep plugging away. That's all you can do. But I wish everybody the best out there, and please stay safe. You know, there's people in this world that not only want to hurt you because of the uniform you wear, but also because of your religion, maybe your race. So be mindful. You know, the whole head on a swivel thing. Be aware of your surroundings. I don't need to go over that with y'all. Y'all know that, but just a quick reminder. Of course, now we got to talk about this idiot, this Gavin Newsom, about the mask ban for ICE agents and for law enforcement in California. Let's listen to the clip first here, and then
I'll be signing a bill, the first in the nation, saying enough. ICE, unmask. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You're going to go out and you're going to do enforcement? Provide an ID. Tell us which agency you represent. Provide us basic information that all local law enforcement is required to provide. Have the decency not to threaten people as they go to school, to go out the parking
okay, that's all I
lots.
can do. That guy's a freaking idiot. So let's see. What are you afraid of? Most of these guys are afraid of some lunatic showing up at their house after they get doxxed and shooting up their house, finding out where their kids go to school, kids being harassed at school, just for merely doing their job. And that's what they're afraid of. So that's kind of a stupid question to begin with. But, and then the whole, identify who you are. I'm pretty sure every single one of those guys I've seen are wearing a vest. They all say ICE on it. They all have a badge on it. They act like they're just, well, they've said it before that they're the Gestapo. They're just out rounding people up, which is total bullshit. Everybody knows it. This guy even knows it. He's just playing into typical playbook, the anti-police, wanting our country to go to shit playbook, I guess. It's pretty sad. So, anyways, the whole "what are you afraid of" thing. I'll tell you one thing right now: cops aren't afraid to do what they do. Yes, there's scary times, and yes, there's dangerous times, and yes, there's been times where I've been scared. But if they're that scared, as you're saying, what are you scared of? They're scared of something happening to their family. And I know the whole response to that is, well, you're tearing apart families by doing this. No, they decided to do this. They're the ones tearing apart families. They decided to come over here illegally. They decided to commit a crime. And they're the ones that decided it. Not the guys and girls that put on a badge and gun every day. They decided to try to make a change in the world. That's what they decided. So don't come at me with this "what are you afraid of" thing. They're afraid for their families, not for themselves. They wouldn't be in that position if they were afraid for themselves. So what a waste. Um, I've never been to California. Don't want to go to California. It's hard for me to imagine that there's a place like California that exists where people like this are in charge of that entire state. It's pretty scary. So yeah, I don't plan on going to California. And if I do, I'm gonna wear a mask, I guess. You know, I could just wear a COVID mask. That's what they still do there, right? They still wear COVID masks. That's okay. All the rioters can wear masks, but there's no outlaw uh, rules on the books that outlaw that. Outlaw that. There's no outlaw in the books. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty sad. Sad for the state of California. Sad for the cops there. That's why they're all leaving in droves. That's why nobody wants to be a cop in California. A lot of it has to do. That's why nobody wants to be a cop in the U.S. period anymore, because this bullshit. But anyways, that was my take on the Gavin Newsom. I won't call him New Scum. That's Trump's thing. I'll let him deal with that. But that's a pretty sad take. That's just a complete showing of you don't give a crap about your law enforcement in that state. You don't care what happens to them. You don't care what happens to their families. You just don't care. That's basically, he just got up there and said, I don't care. I don't care what happens to these cops. And worthless leader. I say leader. I use the term loosely with him, that's for sure. But anyways, yeah, what a POS, huh? I've got other words I can use for him too, but I won't do that. So I'm not ready to get canceled just yet. All right, I got to talk about the two guys that were in my intro, our new intro for Burnt Pork. Those two guys, and we all have these guys that we know, doesn't matter what happens, where you're at, time of year, night, day, those are the guys we call shit magnets. Those two guys I worked with were shit magnets. Everything that could happen bad, everybody that wanted to complain, was all about those two guys. Love those two guys to death. Some of my best friends. I miss them a lot since I retired. But everybody has those shit magnets. So I wanted to explain what that was in the intro. And everybody out there in law enforcement, fire department, EMS, doesn't matter. They all have shit magnets. And y'all know who they are. It's not a bad thing. It's just those are the guys that everything happens to them for one reason or another. Love them, miss them, but just wanted to throw that out there. I didn't say the guys were shit. I said they're shit magnets. Just want to throw that out there. All right, that's going to wrap it up for episode 1. I going to try to keep it a little bit shorter this season. Me and Smokey were going for a long time in the old days. I mean, 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to try to cut it down a little bit this time, especially since it's just me. I don't know anybody else to talk to. Smokey's not here, so I got to fill the time in somehow, right? Appreciate everybody watching. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to get this thing going again, better than ever. I know there's some stuff that certain people out there want me to talk about, and I will. When the time's right, I definitely will. So thanks y'all for watching. I appreciate it. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. Promise you that. So stay tuned. Things are going to get rolling. Things are going to get deep. Things are going to get funnier, hopefully. It's hard to find things that are funny in this day and age, Joe. Good Lord. You know, with everything going on, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna try to make it fun anyway. So appreciate everybody watching, and stay tuned. It's gonna be a good season, good show, and looking forward to it. Things are looking up, that's for sure. Take care of each other. Be safe out there. I'm Chubbs. Till next time.